Harassment. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? Harassment is unwanted behavior that makes someone feel intimidated, offended, or humiliated. It can be verbal, non-verbal, physical, or even online. Think of it like this. If someone is doing something that makes you feel uncomfortable and they don't stop after you've asked them to, that's harassment. It's about power and control, and it's never okay. Harassment can happen anywhere to anyone. It doesn't matter your age, gender, race, religion, or anything else. Everyone deserves to feel safe and respected. The key takeaway here is this. If you're experiencing something that feels wrong, trust your gut. It probably is. Workplace harassment is unwanted behavior that occurs in the context of work. This can include unwanted physical contact like touching, hugging, or kissing, offensive jokes, slurs, or comments about someone's race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, displaying sexually suggestive pictures or objects, making threats or demands for sexual favors. Imagine going to work and constantly being subjected to inappropriate jokes or comments about your appearance, or being passed over for a promotion because you refuse to go on a date with your boss. That's workplace harassment, and it's illegal. No one should have to endure a hostile work environment. Everyone has the right to earn a living free from harassment and discrimination. Online harassment is any form of harassment that takes place online. It can happen to anyone, anywhere, and at any time. This can include cyberbullying, sending mean text messages, or spreading rumors online. These actions can cause significant emotional distress. Trolling, posting inflammatory comments online to provoke a reaction, is another common form of online harassment. It can escalate quickly and create a toxic environment. Doxing, publishing someone's private or identifying information online without their consent, is a severe violation of privacy. It can lead to real-world dangers. Stalking, repeatedly sending unwanted messages or tracking someone's online activity, can make the victim feel unsafe and constantly watched. Revenge porn, sharing sexually explicit images or videos of someone online without their consent, is a deeply traumatic experience. It can ruin lives and reputations. Imagine being bombarded with hateful messages and death threats just for expressing your opinion online. The psychological impact can be overwhelming, or having your personal information shared publicly without your consent. This can lead to identity theft, harassment, and other serious consequences. That's online harassment, and it can have a devastating impact on someone's life. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. The internet can be a powerful tool for good, fostering connections and spreading positive messages, but it can also be a breeding ground for harassment if not used responsibly. It's important to remember that there are real people behind those screens, and words can have real-world consequences. We must all strive to create a safer, more respectful online environment for everyone. Street harassment is unwanted attention that occurs in public spaces. This can include catcalling, making unwanted comments about someone's appearance or body. Leering, staring at someone in a way that makes them feel uncomfortable. Following someone, walking or driving behind someone persistently, even after they've asked you to stop. Public masturbation or indecent exposure, exposing oneself in public. Imagine walking down the street and being subjected to lewd comments or gestures, or having someone follow you for blocks, making you fear for your safety. That's street harassment, and it's a form of gender-based violence. Everyone has the right to feel safe and respected in public spaces. No one should have to tolerate unwanted attention or harassment, no matter what they're wearing or where they are. Section 5. Domestic harassment, a hidden epidemic. This issue is more pervasive than many realize, affecting countless lives behind closed doors. Domestic harassment is a pattern of abusive behavior in any relationship that is used by one partner to gain or maintain power and control over another partner. This behavior can manifest in various forms, each as damaging as the other. It can happen to anyone, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status. No one is immune, and the impact is universally devastating. Domestic harassment can be physical, hitting, slapping, punching, kicking, or any other form of physical violence. These acts leave visible scars, but the emotional wounds run even deeper. It can also be emotional, name-calling, put-downs, humiliation, threats, intimidation, or isolation. Emotional abuse erodes self-esteem and leaves lasting psychological damage. Then there's sexual forcing or coercing someone into sexual acts against their will. This violation of trust and autonomy is deeply traumatic, and financial controlling someone's access to money or resources. This form of abuse traps victims in a cycle of dependency and helplessness. Imagine living in constant fear of your partner. Every day is a struggle to maintain a semblance of normalcy while walking on eggshells, feeling trapped and isolated with nowhere to turn. The sense of entrapment can be overwhelming, making it seem impossible to escape. That's the reality for millions of people experiencing domestic harassment. Their suffering often goes unnoticed, hidden behind closed doors and silent cries for help. Domestic harassment is a serious issue, and it's never the victim's fault. Support systems and resources are crucial in helping victims reclaim their lives. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic harassment, please reach out for help. You are not alone. There are people and organizations ready to support you and guide you towards safety and healing. Section 6. Recognizing the signs and symptoms. Recognizing the signs of harassment can be difficult, as it can manifest in many different ways. However, there are some common signs to look out for, both in yourself and others: feeling anxious, stressed, or depressed, having difficulty sleeping or concentrating, withdrawing from social activities or isolating yourself from friends and family, experiencing physical symptoms like headaches, stomach aches, or fatigue, and feeling helpless, hopeless, or worthless. If you are experiencing any of these signs, it's important to reach out for help. Remember, you are not alone, and there are people who care about you and want to help. Section 7. Taking action. How to handle harassment. Harassment can take many forms, whether it's verbal, physical, or even digital. It's important to know that you have options and rights. It can be tough to know what to do if you're being harassed. The first step is to recognize that the behavior is unacceptable and that you deserve to feel safe and respected. But here are a few things you can try. Speak up. Confronting the harasser can be daunting, but it's crucial to assert your boundaries. Tell the person to stop, be clear and firm. Use direct language and make sure they understand that their behavior is not acceptable. You have a right to set boundaries. Document everything. Keeping a detailed record can be invaluable if you need to take further action. Keep a record of the harassment, including dates, times, locations, witnesses, and any evidence you can gather. This documentation can serve as crucial evidence if you decide to report the harassment. If it's happening at work or school, tell someone in authority. Reporting the issue to a manager, teacher, or HR department can initiate formal procedures to address the problem. Online platforms have reporting mechanisms too. Block the harasser. Most social media sites have tools to report and block users who are harassing you. On social media, block and mute them. This can prevent further harassment and give you some peace of mind. Don't engage. It might escalate the situation. Engaging with the harasser can sometimes make things worse, so it's often best to avoid further interaction. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or a hotline. Sharing your experience with someone you trust can provide emotional support and practical advice. You don't have to go through this alone. Support from others can make a significant difference in how you cope with the situation. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect. No one has the right to make you feel uncomfortable or unsafe. Don't be afraid to take action and protect yourself. Your well-being is paramount, and there are resources and people ready to help you. Section 8. Seeking help and support. If you're being harassed, it's crucial to remember you're not alone and there's help available. Here are some resources. The National Sexual Assault Hotline 1-800-656-HOPE, the Rape, Abuse and Incest National Network, RAIN 1-800-656-HOPE. You can also get help online at RAIN's website, https://www.rain.org. The National Domestic Violence Hotline 1-800-799-7233. The Cyberbullying Research Center, https://cyberbullying.org/. These resources can provide support, guidance, and connect you with local organizations that can help. Section 9. Empower yourself. Know your rights. Knowledge is power. Familiarize yourself with your rights, workplace, the right to a workplace free from harassment and discrimination online. Most platforms have policies against harassment. Report it public. The right to feel safe and respected in public spaces. Relationships, the right to be treated with respect by your partner. No one has the right to control or harm you. Understanding your rights empowers you to take action and seek help when needed. Section 10. Breaking the silence. Your voice matters. Speaking out against harassment can be daunting, but it's crucial. Your voice can make a difference. For yourself, it can be liberating and empowering. For others, it can inspire them to speak up and know they're not alone. To create change, it shines a light on the issue and pushes for solutions. Breaking the silence can be difficult, but it's a vital step towards ending harassment. Your voice matters.